Never thought I'd spend another night in here again. And they stripped me of all evidence we so painstakingly gathered. Even if they did let me keep Casey Atagaris' spin, I can't help but worry about her. They better be treating her well. The murderer. Come on, let's go. You've got a visitor. A visitor? Who? Someone by the name of Dick Gumshoe. Want me to send them away? No. Though I'm not sure what to even say to him. Wait here. You're leaving me unsupervised? Forgive the intrusion. Judge Gavel! Please, Mr. Edgeworth. Take a seat. What are you doing here? I was told it was Detective Gumshoe. I imagine you wouldn't come if you knew it was. What could she possibly want from me now? I suppose I better find out. You may not be aware of this, but you are only permitted to meet with specifically approved visitor. So I'm to be treated like a dangerous criminal, am I? I suppose my reputation has rather plummeted. It has indeed, for you of course, and for your friends, that attorney and the other girl were raising quite the fuss earlier. Fender and Emma. I saw them launch some extremely heated words at one of the girls. No, you didn't. You may thank the goddess in that regard, for even she is too busy to deal with each and every infraction. They will not be punished for their bad behavior. Did you come here just to chit-chat with me? You must have a lot of time in your hands. Oh, speaking of which, Miss Von Karma is continuing the investigation where we left off. I just thought you will take to know. I figured you'll be worried about how they were all doing. I had to admit it, but she read me like a book. Let's cut to the chase, Your Honor. Why are you really here? I'm here simply to talk, nothing more. There's not something I wish to know about you. Me? Yes. Who else? Objectively speaking, you are highly intelligent and quick-witted, and a born prosecutor at that. Please, Judge Gabriel. Your sarcastic praise is but salt on my wounds. I sincerely mean every word, Mr. Edgeworth. And it's why I fail to understand you. Take this latest case, for example. You're up against the very committee itself. You had no hope of succeeding. Even a child could have seen that, and yet... I don't imagine old me would have ever been so reckless. Then old me had power, and because of that, I thought the justice was always on my side. Just as you and the committee believe. But a certain person changed my mind. He made me reckon with my selfish and skewed sense of justice. And once the scale had fallen from my eyes, I began to look at people differently. I saw that I was only able to be an effective prosecutor thanks to the efforts of those around me. Detective Gumshoe, the main investigative officer of the force, and even Kay. It changed me. The degree to which it changed me still surprised me to this day. I see. Thank you. I feel that perhaps I understand you a little better now. You? Understand me? I highly doubt it. Someone who is so focused on forcing their idea of justice onto others can possibly see what I see. That's so. That's what you truly believe. I will say one thing. This has been a very interesting conversation. That is all. Before I go, there is one remaining matter. I was asked to inform you that the date of your hearing has been confirmed. It will be held today, in the trial chamber. The committee sends its warmest regards. If that was all you had to tell me, you could have just sent a message. And entrust the goddess' words to another? That wouldn't do it, now would it? Until then, Mr. Edgeworth, I'll see you again, very shortly. Get away. Go away. There's not on the wall next to the toilet. Sorry, you're currently out of toilet paper. Please make the necessary mental preparation before using the toilet. What sort of mental preparation? A very basic bed. I can't say it was very comfortable to sleep on. I imagine Detective Capsule will sleep soundly, nevertheless, loudly staring at. I suppose we're probably never going to get to work again, but I don't have any regrets about the bet I've made. I will follow my own path to the end. The window is barred with heavy steel. That reminds me of a movie I saw. There is an inmate who hatched a plot to escape by using a file to cut his cell's bar. I won't be doing that for one thing. I don't have a file on me. What am I saying? I wouldn't do it even if I did. There's a menu here on the table. Seems that detainees are paid to have their meals brought to their cells. What looks good? Spaghetti and mac and cheese lunch? Linguine for only one. Basmati and brown rice special for a limited time. Only add regular white rice at no extra cost. It's probably for the best. I've barely spent any time here. Already can feel my personal appearance slipping. I may have given up my badge, but I mustn't given up myself. My collar is slightly creased. There, tidy outside, yet so tidy inside. Which is why I'm more important now than ever to hear myself. There's a poster in the corridor. I regret to announce that due to the warden's arrest, the Day of Destiny game will discontinue. Mates will no longer need to roll a die every to determine meals. Wholeheartedly apologize to those looking forward to their daily casting of the die. Did anyone really need an apology for the decision of such ridiculous idea in the first place? Sir? Okay? Oh, thank goodness. I'm alright. It's all good in my mind. That's a lot of my mind. Such a heartwarming scene. It's enough to make a grown man cry. But you're still not your usual cheery. I mean, you have to stay positive, Kay. You didn't do anything wrong. In fact, I guarantee you didn't. No, you have to let it go. I'm the murderer, I know that now. But you're not. You can't be. Why don't you have any faith in yourself? How can I, Mr. Ratchford? When there's no me left to believe in. And it all, I don't think that's true. Before you lost your memory, we spent quite a bit of time together. And I dare say you left quite the impression on me. So you see, there's still plenty of you left. That's why I believe so much in your innocence. And why you should believe in yourself too. Thank you. But I can't. It will just cause more pain for the both of us. Please, you have to forget her. Forget that Kay. She's gone. Kay, no. You remind me of my younger self, you know. So noble, so bold. This is the justice you and the committee stand for? Justice? I suppose you could call it that. What is he up to? Why is he going such lengths to control everything? I can shake the feeling that something's wrong here. Is there something hidden agenda at play? This is no time to second guess myself. So I'm going to find out what it is. It's now or never. Well then, my boy, I suppose I should be... Wait. Why is the chairman so intent on seeing Kay charged with the murder? Doesn't make sense. There must be some rhyme or reason to this madness. Come now, Miles, I'm busy. Button man, I can't be wasting my precious time talking to you. The only way out of our current predicament is through the chairman winner. There's so much to us and so little time. Let's start by trying to find out why he rushed to have Kay arrested so quickly. I can't just let this happen. Getting and arresting. Kay is innocent. No, my boy. That's just clumsy. Anyone can blow that baseless assertion like that. Even as disgraced superstar prosecutor. It's not good. I don't have enough information to take further just. But my chance will come. I'll just have to wait. It does. Why were you so keen to push through case arrest? I've yet to hear a satisfactory explanation. An explanation? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. Don't give me that. You know exactly what I mean. Dude, I advise you to mind at your tone, dear boy. Need I remind you of your position? And suppose we did let your friend go free. What then, What do you mean, what then? Things how that will look, my boy. And who would have to take the blame? Me, that's so. You're right to keep your mouth shut. That's why you won't say anything foolish. Sorry, but I can say still in the you're breaking my heart. Just look at this blood of tears spilling out. Please, just leave it alone, will you? Things were coming along nicely until you interfered. Coming along nicely? That's a pretty strange way of putting it. Talma says he wanted KS arrest to happen. Certainly doesn't sound like the statement of an impartial representative of the law. You think so? Well, that wasn't mine. Has it occurred to you that you might just be overthinking things a little? Chairman Winner certainly knows how to dodge a question, but it doesn't change the fact that Cersei doubts concerning case arrest. Next, we'll need to press him on whether he really believes the investigation was sufficient. You can only have the statements to go unexamined, no matter how trivial they may seem. One of them just may give us the breakthrough we needed. How much time was spent on your investigation altogether? Well now, let's see. You know what? I'm not sure I can remember. And I'm sure you can. You won't bluster your way out of this one. It's not blusterable, boy. Honestly, don't recall. It's probably at my age. Why, I even forget my own son's name sometimes. Never mind your fool of a son. Answer me, how long did you spend on investigation? You're right, of course. The boy is a fool. I never meant for him to grow up like that, but... Oh, woe is me. He's only too happy to derail the conversation, no matter where I take it. I have to force to take this seriously. Let's try another take for now. You can hardly say your investigation was sufficient, and you're the one who called all the shots, weren't you? Including the decision to hear us. Ooh, I'm afraid I'm nowhere near as influential as you think, dear boy. You're the chairman of the committee. It doesn't get much more influential than that. Not that I care about such things. You wound me. It's enough. You drive an old man to tears. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not the differential type. Well, if you're going to insist on being so blunt, then I'm afraid you won't be seeing your prosecutor badge again anytime soon. Huh? Nothing more to say? Wonderful, then I'll be on my way. Let me make something clear once and for all. The badge isn't the be-all and end-all for me. Far from it. I'm not concerned with the titles or roles. Even you must understand that much. Oh yeah. So very young. What of advice, smiles from somebody who's been around the block. You're hopelessly naive, my boy. Idiotically so. Well, that certainly got under his skin. He might be less guarded in his answer while he's in this state. Now's my chance. How much time was spent on your investigation altogether? My, you really don't give up, do you? But even my patience has its limits, you know. What a coincidence, so does mine. Now answer the question. Do you believe that your investigation was sufficient? Yes or not? Ah, the youth these days. Our one piece reckless makes me want to put you in your place. You're going to regret that, my boy. I've got you now. You're back into the corner. You don't even know it. Ah, shit. Well, maybe you do know your place after all. What's the matter, scared? Hardly, I was just thinking about how best to proceed. Getting answer from the elder requires sensitivity. They can get quite emotional after all. You have no common sense whatsoever, do you? Don't you understand? Your fate rests in my hand. Let's say you do manage to get some answer from it. There's nothing you can do with them, so why not give it up, dear boy? No. And why not? It's simple. Because I'm not about to let the truth escape me. Interesting. I think I'm beginning to see what makes you tick. But what you're doing is pointless. Tragically. And miserably pointless. Please, just give up. She's guilty. That decision has been made. Parts intrigues you. Almost. What are you trying to imply? I'm implying that things haven't gone as they normally should. In fact, everything has proceeded as if case arrest was the end goal, right from the very start. Well, Chairman Winner, was it? Certainly, intriguing theory. But it's also a complete work of fiction, and I'm afraid I don't have time for such like a fancy. I think it's time we brought this shabby little farce at the end, don't you? No, he's trying to make his escape. He must confirm the guilt of case arrest before he slips away. Oh man, the music gets faster. Getting more intense. It's pain, but the truth is finally beginning to emerge, and I'm not about to let this opportunity pass me by. Wait, we're not done yet. I'm tired of all this sulking, so make it brief, will you? Based on everything I've heard from you so far, it's clear that case arrest is entirely unfounded. Yes, I think we are all familiar with this particular refrain of yours by now, but I'm afraid it doesn't matter either way. You don't have what it takes to secure her release anyhow. How dare you take this so lightly, as a man of the law? My, aren't you a rude little boy? But my fuse is only so long. Honestly speaking, I don't have time to waste on every last question you can dream of. I have certain responsibility to attend to, you know. I really am quite the busy man. No, are you just pretending to be busy, huh? That's an awful thing to say to a fragile old man. I work harder than a shield at my age. I see, my boy. What could I even hope to accomplish by putting up such pretense? Yes. Oh shoot, that was the right answer. You obviously don't want to talk about the case anymore. That's why you're so keen to get out of this conversation, isn't it? It's so tragic, it really is. That you will suspect me of such things. That's a suspicion, it's a certainty. There are no clear grounds on which base case arrest for a start. Sorry. I'm fixing my mic. That's good. No, my boy. Let's not get carried away. There was plenty of evidence to support our cause. The mask, the letter, the corsage, they were all in her possession. And of course, her confession. More than enough to prove her guilt, I say. But those are... What's the matter? Struggling to come up with a way to explain everything away? I've got you now. I was wrong. Let's run this back. Ah! I'm wrong again. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Ah! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, there we have it. Your silence speaks volumes. It's true I can counter your argument right now, but you did let something valuable slip. It's a special detailed knowledge of the evidence against K. He read all of that list like he knew it inside out. I think that might prove to be a valuable clue. Oh shoot. Hey, it's innocent. No, no, my boy, that's clumsy. Oh shoot. Ouch, 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 ouch. I failed. Who gave the order? Who gave the order? Who decided that Kay should be arrested? You know, I can't seem to remember. Don't ever get old, Miles, my boy. It wreaks havoc on the memory. Time to play my clue. I appreciate it if you stop playing the old man card. You remember the details of the evidence against Kay pretty clearly. Perhaps if your memory didn't fail you only when it was convenient, I'd be more inclined to believe you. So let me ask you again, who gave the order for Kay's arrest? You're a sharp one, I'll give you that. My son could learn a thing or two from you. If he wasn't such an incurable numbskull that is, it's a tragedy really. I don't want to hear about your son, I want to know who authorized the arrest. You're very mean, you know that, don't you? The arrest, you say? I believe the order was given by... I've got you now. Oh shit. Ah, damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh shoot. I didn't mean to lose that. What the... Ah. Wasting my time, come on. Come now, Chairman Winner. We both know it was you. Alright. You got me. You make it sound like it was somehow a bad thing though. But I have a reputation to uphold, so I guess I better clear up this little misunderstanding. I'll entertain your question for a few more minutes. Let's see if I can put your mind at ease. The key thing to do now is to establish how intimately he knows the details of the case. I just have to ask the right question. The endgame is at hand. We're but a few moves away from the truth. You seem to know about the case in quite some detail. I know about lots of things, my boy. I'm just smart like that. Too bad the same can be said about the way you handled Kay's arrest. Fuck! I'm very determined that I can bring this little chat to know whenever I choose so. It's only taking so long because you won't give me a straight answer to any of my questions. If only you stop giving me the runaround, you'll be done already. Well, let's try this again. You seem to know the details of the quest quite intimately. Why is that? Because I read the quest file. Not exactly the most thrilling use of my time, of course, but it's part of the job. I have to be a good role model. I can't be seen to be slacking. It can be so hard. But I had some time on my hands, so I read the whole thing from cover to cover. That's strange. I could have sworn you just told me you're a very busy man. I said the critics are finally starting to show, wouldn't you? If you're so keen on being an upstanding leader, you can start by releasing K, you know? You really don't give up, do you? It's a moving sight indeed, my boy. But a tragic one too. After all, your efforts are for naught. I'm afraid your little friend was found unconscious near the scene of the crime. We have yet to hear much about the circumstance under which Kay was found. He was lying unconscious in the storeroom, correct? That's right, although I'm not at liberty to tell you how I know that. You know things even we didn't. In fact, he seems to be aware of every tiny detail about this case. This could be a valuable clue. The suspect, Kay Faraday. How much do you know about her exactly? I know that she's the suspect, aside from that, not much else. Cross my heart, but it's true. Sorry, but the more you tell me, the less sense your story makes. For one thing, you know the details that even those investigating the scenes were not aware. Why is that? Yes, how much do you really know, Chairman Winner? Oh, there's that intimidating face you like to make again. Well, you can play this game. How do you like me now, huh? I do have to commend you on your doggedness. It really is something, huh? I'll take that as a compliment. Take it however you like, but wrap this up, will you? I just don't have the stamina anymore. She's the culprit, the only possible suspect. Just accept that already. How much more evidence did you want us to load her down with for goodness sake? Load her down with? Yet another interesting turn of phrase. One that makes it sound like a lot like the items Kay was carrying might have been foisted upon her. Impressive. You really do pay attention, don't you? It's no wonder they used to call you a prodigy, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. I think you know the answer of your own question by now. Why don't you just go ahead and say it? I want to hear it from you. It's final time to shed the light on the truth. All that left is to play one last move. Kay is innocent. No, my boy, that's just on you. Time to deploy my clue. Kay was framed. The true culprit set it all up so she will take the fall instead. That is my answer, and I won't let you deny it any longer. Oh, my, you really are a sharp one, huh? It's a bit of shame you choose to hand in your badge. I admit it, you're right, on all accounts. And that's checkmate. You knew Kay wasn't the real murderer, and yet you still had her arrested? What's worse, you thought you could get away with it? Well, you won't, not if I can help it. There you go with that naivety again, my boy. I guess that was always your problem. With the girl arrested and the conviction secured, this whole mess goes away. And that's what will happen. But who's interested does a conclusion like that, sir? The committee's, I suppose. And mine. Oh. You know, listening to you just now, well, it really got the tears flowing, I have to say. It was poignant and heartfelt and sincere. And utterly infuriating. Look, I'm not perfect, I know that, but your lack of sophistication in this matter is beyond the pale. You insist that the truth is more important than anything else. But would you say the same if you know that the real value of the truth is? What are you trying to say? When you get to my level, you don't uncover the truth, you make it little by little. Okay, Faraday, murderer? That's the truth I created. Yes, my boy, that's what I like to see. You're so sincere sometimes, it's painful. It just makes me want to put you in your place. Knowing the real truth will get you nowhere. Because that's how much it's worth, nothing. Shocking, I know. But why not go after the real killer? How much do you even know about what really happened? You're still not getting it, that's your truth. And it is worthless, mine is all that matters. You understand what I'm saying, don't you, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor? I have all the power here. Curse you. Well, aren't you menacing? You and your little friend are just as bad as each other. Violent criminals who deserve to be locked up. You'll pay for this. And with that, yet another person disappears from my life. Oh, it just makes me want to cry and cry and cry. I'm not planning to disappear just yet, Chairman Winner. There's still the hearing letter. Just you wait. One way or another, I'll prove Case innocent to the world then. Damn. 10 members, over a majority, are present. I hereby call this hearing to order. We are gathered here today to assess the professional competency of Prosecutor Miles Setchor. Here in the sight of the goddess, we do solemnly swear to pass fair and frank judgment. Fair and frank, don't make me laugh. Verity, if you would to be so kind to summarize case against Mr. Setchor. On April 15th, despite having been faced with legality of an investigation he was conducting, the accused refused to desist, and eventually had to be detained by myself and Chairman Winner. His action compromised the investigation into the murder of a certain defense attorney, and despite having been presented with copious evidence of her guilt, he continues to insist that the suspect, one, Kay Faraday, is innocent of all charges. Perhaps you could explain the details of the murder to us as well. Of course, the morning of the 5th, the body of the victim was found here in the committee chamber. Further explanation will be provided by me, Eustace Winner, Premier Prosecutor. The floor is yours, Mr. Winner. The murder itself happened late on the night of the 4th. The victim was Miss Rosie Ringer. The same night, an illicit action was being held here, in this very room. Ringer took part in that action, I think. Yeah. Meaning that the murder took place sometime during the auction. When she was found, Ringer was dressed in an outfit that matched the description of an auctioneer. However, due to the fact that the auction carried on after the murder had occurred, I deduced that Ringer was not in fact the auctioneer. You deduced nothing of the sort. What about the basis on which the suspect was detained, Mr. Winner? Yeah, I got this. So Faraday was overcome by crushing remorse, Eustace. Yeah, that. Tons of crushing remorse. So she confessed. According to her confession, she was on the roof of this building. And when she encountered the person in red raincoat on the viewing platform, and that person was Mr. Ringer. Take it. Precisely, Mr. Chairman. The killer dressed the victim, the auctioneer outfit after the fact. But at the time when she was killed, Miss Ringer was wearing the red raincoat. And who won the race to find the raincoat nearby? Me, that's who. Did you? I thought it was somebody from forensic. Strictly speaking, it was found by one of the forensic investigators under Mr. Winner's command. I knew it. The blood analysis on the coat showed that it was indeed Miss Ringer who had worn it. The suspect conviction was the final nail on the coffin. She confirmed having to commit the murder. So as you can see, Kay Faraday was the killer. There's no way anybody else could have done it. Alright, Miles, I accept you have some objection. Let's get them out of the way, shall we? I have no objection, Chairman Winner. Well now, is that so? I thought it would have been taken... No objection in the matter of my unauthorized investigation, that is. But in the matter of Miss Verde's supposed guilt, I have plenty. I can personally attest to the fact that Mr. Winner's investigation was fair and impartial. Yeah, of course it was. When it comes to carefully conducted ops, I'm the winner every time. You know, Miles, it's within my power to offer you a plea deal of sorts. If, and this is purely hypothetical of course, you were to withdraw your objection, you might wake up tomorrow to find yourself the proud owner of a seat on this committee. So I ask you again, do you have any objections, Mr. Richard? If you think you can buy my silence, think again. You'll watch your mouth. Only if the chairman watches his. I didn't come here to talk about committee seats. I came here to talk about the murder case. I demand a statement under oath, and I won't rest until I have one. I want to know exactly what the committee's view of the incident is. You want to put us on trial, my boy? Very well, if it will make you happy. Verity, please provide Mr. Richard with the material pertaining to the case. Really? But sir, this will be his last... This will be his last word. So let's humor him. You say something. You have no objection to Verity representing the committee, none whatsoever. Richard, don't worry, everything's fine, you'll see. Miss Stringer attended the auction as a potential buyer. The red raincoat was one of the items for sale. So our assumption is that after winning and paying for it, you left the auction with purchases. The only exit from the storeroom was, of course, the hatch leading up to the roof. After she emerged into the viewing platform, that's when Miss Stringer was attacked by Faraday. Shortly thereafter, her flame went out. Thus concludes the committee's view of the raincoat was on over that night. Is that really true? He believes so, yes. You remember that the file assassination attempt on the president of Zapa, the raincoat is a piece of evidence. Guilt, of course, I remember safely lock appropriate ability. But our inquiries feel that it in fact goes serious circumstances and wound up in the auction along with everything. That makes sense. Wonderful work. Yes, wonderful. Crystal clear as ever. You flatter me. Now, Mr. Save us all some time and it. I'll do no such thing, thank you. Very well. It's good to know that you still have some fight in you. This. Come to think that some French visited me. What exactly is she up to? Don't let her win, that's for. I don't know.
Hold it!
In other words, a member of the committee was actively involved in illegal evidence trade. It is unfortunate. I don't know what else to say. As of course, we'll be looking into any such activities just as soon as this hearing is over and done with. I commend your decision to pursue the matter further, Mr. Chairman. Oh, don't be silly, Verity. It's the least we can do, really. Not that it's any of your business, Miles, not anymore. Only if you had remained a prosecutor, but you didn't. Now, if you're quite done making an old man cry over this whole set affair, very well, allow me to continue. You don't want to, just don't intervene. So the raincoat really was one of the auction lots. That's correct. I believe it originally belonged to Mr. Shelby the killer. Considering its status as a piece of evidence is the only logical conclusion. It's from when he made his attempt on the president's life. There was an unexpected mannequin standing amongst the other items on it. It could well have been used to display the coat prior to the auction. Do we know how the items were being smuggled in? That is still under the investigation and is entirely unrelated to the matter at hand, especially considering that you will soon obviously be a prosecutor no longer, Mr. Richard. It sounds like the outcome of this hearing is a foregone conclusion, no surprise there. My personal circumstances are important right now. Please continue, Your Honor. As I was saying, the raincoat was one of the items of sale. the assumption that obtaining and paying for it of the auction purchase.
Hold it!
Why did she leave so soon after making her purchase? Because of the auction house rules. Winning bidders are expected to pay for their items immediately. Miss Hart told us pretty much the same thing. Miss Ringer, having paid for the raincoat, probably left immediately after, in accordance with the rules.
Hold it!
Miss Ringer was a member of the committee. Could she not have left the committee chamber via the main door? While the auction was still underway, that will risk exposing its existence to those outside the trusted circle of attendees. Given that Mr. Hart found out about it, I think its existence is already well exposed. The rules of the auction stated that the attendees were to enter and leave via the hedge in the roof. Miss Ringer had no reason to not follow those rules, and given where the murder took place, we know that she must have done so.
Hold it!
But why? What possible motive could Kay have had? This is exactly what we are hoping to establish in our upcoming interviews with Mrs. Faraday. Coercive interrogation after the fact, something you seem to be specialized in. The murderer knew that the attendees would all be leaving via the hedge, then the roof would have been the perfect place to lie in wait. So as I was saying, after she emerged onto the viewing platform, that's when Miss Ringer was attacked.
Hold it!
Her flame went out. The flame of her life, Mr. Richard, though perhaps her flame was stolen from her.
Objection!
But the candelabrum that extinguished her life was one of the auction lots, meaning Kay had no way of getting hold of it to begin with.
Overruled!
Miss Faraday could not have lain in wait for the victim without knowing of the storeroom's existence. She could easily have snuck down the ladder and stolen it while the auction was underway. If only we knew where the candle holder was during the auction. That will surely clear the matter up, no? Well, either of you. Sadly, we don't have anything could tell us much on that front at the moment. Forgive me, sir, this is something we are hoping to establish through the further investigation. Well, isn't that a shame, Miles, my boy? It seems this line of inquiry is something of a dead end then, isn't it? So the theory is that the victim and her killer met on the roof, and that's where the murder took place. In other words, it assumes the viewing platform was the scene of the crime. But is that really the case? I thought I had to clearly show the story what happened and I time to double check. Let's go. Bro, we established this.
Objection!
Fuck. When we established this. Ringer. Sorry. Maybe you can clear something up for me, Judge Gavel. But what is Mr. Hart doing in here at this hearing? He's an eyewitness. I thought it would be obvious. Well now, I am really eyewitness, more of an ear witness, I guess. She's not exactly the most confidence-inspiring choice to help you make your case, is she? I like to think I choose my allies a little more carefully than you, Mr. Edgeworth. Then you should question them more thoroughly because there's something she hasn't told you. Take a look at this. It's a photo taken by Miss Hart. Yes, in the storeroom, correct? Proud of it. According to your theory, the murder occurred up on the roof. But according to Miss Hart's testimony, she happened to witness the entire incident unfold in the storeroom, just before she took this picture. Oh, wait, you're saying Gavel got it? Wrong. That's exactly what I'm saying. Whoa, what? Miss Hart, if I may confirm your account of the events you witnessed, you saw the person in the picture, correct? I sure did, clear as day, and with my own 2 eyes to boot. And what were your impressions of that point? My impressions? This right here is the scoop of the century, something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. I was hoping more for your impression of the person in question. Oh, that there's walk-in meal ticket? Seriously? Just my little joke. No need to look at me like I don't sat on your lunch. All red raincoat, right? Why, I took one look at it and I thought, that's our perp right there. And therein lies the rap for Miss Hart to have thought. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, when will you learn to use your words? If it's an explanation of the facts that you require, you need only us, you know. What do you mean? I assume you're about to raise the issue, voice of Miss Hart heard. Voices that may be unrelated. Unrelated? You can do better than that. Was one of the voices Miss Hart heard really even Miss Ringer's? You're kidding me, right? Them folks was talking crime-related turkey of my name and Loda dang her. But did you hear them clearly? Well, can rightly say for sure, but yeah, I can say nothing. And you know it, they was using voice changers. I don't told you all that. Precisely, not heard voices, but those voices were disguised, which means you cannot even be certain that whatever she did over here had anything to do with the murder. Fuck you. You don't need to yell objection in order to say at me, Mr. Archer. It seems I overestimate you, Judge Gavel. Nonsense, Verity is the best of us, my boy, that's fair best. And yet she believes that what Miss Hart might not have had anything to do with the murder? Even supposing that's the case, it doesn't prove the murder didn't happen in the storeroom. The incident happened before the victim was able to go up the roof. That much you can say for certain, and I can tell you why. This proof that the incident happened before the victim went up the roof. Bro, look at the blood on it.
Take that!
We initially thought the person in the red raincoat was the culprit. Yes, because Miss Hart said as much. Indeed, she told us about the blood she saw on his person's hands. I know that many people would have thought differently given her testimony. Ergo, if this person is the killer, then the blood we see would be from when they attacked the victim. But knowing what we know now, that this person is in fact the victim, it recontextualizes everything. The presence of the blood still shows that the picture was taken after the attack, but now it tells us something very important about the victim too. The picture tells us that the victim survived the attack. There's no doubt in my mind that the victim was attacked in the storeroom. But here we have photographic evidence of her standing upright and alive, albeit with a bloody hand. This can only mean that Miss Ringer survived the attack. The blood on her hand is from the wounds she had sustained. What are you talking about? Who dies from a hand wound? That wound wasn't on her hand, Mr. I imagine she had used her hand to try to staunch a wound. That's right. While it's impossible to tell from this angle, the victim was already mortally wounded here. Oh, well, that certainly would change things, wouldn't it? It's very much would, not least by making it absurd to suggest that Kay was the attacker. Her encounter with the victim happened after this picture had been taken, after the victim had already been attacked and was in critical condition. I put it to you that all Kay witnessed was the victim finally succumbing to her wounds. That would have been quite the coincidence. The textbook case of a wrong place, wrong time, I see. You seem to be forgetting a rather important fact, Mr. Well, that or pretending to not remember it. What? What fact am I forgetting? I think it's time to wrap things up, don't you, Verity? Put the boy out of his misery. Dad, Gavel works for me. Why do you keep giving her orders? That's my job. Ah, you really are a total and utter embarrassment. I'm not. I hate to break it to you, but you both are. Do it to it, Gavel. Put Edgeworth out of his misery. As you wish. You, Gavel, fuck you. Am I forgetting? Springer's body was found with 3 wounds in her chest. And we all know that what those wounds are from, don't we? That's right, they're from when she was stabbed in the chest by a 3-armed candelabra. I doubt anybody could survive such grave wounds. If you care to read the coroner's report, I'm sure you will change your tone. Nicely done, Gavel. No, Edgeworth will have to make several objections. Yes, I'm afraid I will. What? Why? Weren't you listening? Oh, I was listening. Very carefully, in fact. Hence my objection. Come on, why do you always have to undermine me? That's never my intention, I assure you. It isn't? Because you do it so well to yourself every single time already. Of course it isn't, yeah. I knew that because I... Please, Eustace, just stop for goodness. You've already embarrassed me. Huh? What do you mean, Dad?
Hold it!
3 wounds, that can have been pleasant. Yes. Which is why you must see that the perpetrator of this cruel act pays for their sins. Don't listen to her, okay? She's just trying to scare you. If you could please continue, Judge Gavel. Very well. As I was saying, there were 3 wounds. And we all know that those wounds are from, don't we?
Hold it!
I do, but perhaps you should ask Mr. Winner. He does, I'm sure, don't you, Eustace? Who, me? Oh, you bet I do. I know this case inside out. Who does he think he's fooling? Eustace, my boy, make an old man happy and at least glance at the coroner's report, won't you? Sure, let's see, yada yada, puncture, blah blah. Candle holder. No way, that's what they use. Crazy. Ahem, precisely. Forgot to read the rest. The wounds were inflicted just as Eustace said.
Hold it!
And you're sure the stab to the chest were the cause of death? There's no doubt about it. None. One of the spikes of the cannibal even pierced the victim's heart. And unless you meant to call Dr. Head's professional opinion into question, we can only treat that as a fact. The coroner opinion is backing up my own winning ones. No, that's what I call a flawless victory. Well, I'm certain not about to ignore the coroner's findings. Hey, what about my findings? You can just ignore. But if the cause of death really was puncture, yes, from the Kildenbaum, that will seem to be contradict one of the pieces of evidence we've gathered. He's just ignoring my findings. He's ignoring me. Do something, Gavel, as you wish. At the very least, I'll ensure that he cannot ignore my own conclusion.
Objection! Objection!
There's a head trauma, and they see.
Hold it!
But the victim died instantly. Perhaps, but surely not longer evidence. People who could survive even if you stab them. Sure, there might be two. Which is it? Trust me. Guess you're still tempted to believe there might be.
Objection! Hold it!
Pass update is state of 3 points. Candle. Well done, Mr. Basis. In other words, if I disprove what it says, question. Something. The report. Very careful, after all, I'm not cursed. Very well. That's what? Don't worry. You're alright. Oh,
Objection!
fuck.
Hold it! Objection!
Here's the proof, man. Ah. Udah. Selamat.
Objection!
Ah.
Hả? Hả? Xe gì? Xe gì?
Đây này. Fuck. The mask.
Objection! Objection!
This game. Handle Bram. Press to her. Precious thing back.
Objection!
Fuck. I don't know which statement evident.
Hold it!
Press it.
Hold it!
Oh, the function. Also step up. Statement. Yeah. Ah. It is.
Objection!
Ugh. Chairman Winner, you know what this is, of course. The red raincoat. That's right, isn't it? Yes, sir. The one Mr. I warn you, Mr. Richard will not be thanked for reading old ground here. Well, I'm afraid I might have to, regardless. Now then, if you'll answer me, Judge Gable, you told us that the victim's bloodstains were found on the coat. But do you remember where exactly they were found? Of course, they were found on the... Oh no! Huh? What's the matter, Verity? In the hood, and was the blood found anywhere else on the raincoat? No, it was not. Doesn't that strike you as odd? The victim died of a stab wound to the chest. Wouldn't that lead one to expect to find bloodstain in that area? And yet, there was blood only on the hood. There's a glaring contradiction if I ever saw one. The coroner is the one to fabricate the evidence. The head wound the victim suffered wasn't just some incidental injury. It was inflicted before the stab wound to her chest. Perhaps you are correct. Perhaps the victim did sustain the head injury first. As you said, if she had been stabbed first, there should be blood on the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, Springer cannot have been stabbed before it had been inflicted on her. But even if we consider this point, that the head injury came before the chest wound, what difference will it make? How does it change our understanding of the case? I say it changes things a great deal. In fact, it raises an even more fundamental contradiction. But the bold claim, Mr. Richard, I have to admit, you have me intrigued. Perhaps you could show us this fundamental contradiction with some evidence. Evidence demonstrates contradiction. And
Take that!
this is Dr. Hurt's preliminary finding. According to which, the victim suffered a head injury post-mortem. But the order suggested by the bloodstain on the red coat is exactly the opposite, yes. Bailiff, the court hereby subpoenas Dr. Hilda Hertz to the committee chamber with all due haste. Until she testifies, this case cannot be brought to a close. Yes, Your Honor, I'll go fetch her at once. Unfortunately, Dr. Hertz is a very busy woman. I doubt she will be able to come immediately. In the meantime, there's another important angle I would like to explore. Frankly, something has been bothering me about the person at the heart of this case. The so-called ringleader. Who exactly are they? Yeah, good point. We never looked into that, huh? Despite having been mentioned repeatedly in this hearing, we still don't know even the most basic facts might help us uncover their identity. Well, Mr. Richard, do you have any thoughts on the matter? We've seen enough that might serve as their evidence of the dictionary identifiers of yet. But there is someone involved with the case that I can name. I suspect at the very least, they might be able to point us in the right direction. And that's Chairman Winner. I demand you testify to what you know. What? Are you crazy? Why would you accuse my dad? We'll close the up on the interrogate of the Chairman Winner. Do you understand the implication of such an act? I don't care who or what he is, we're talking about the truth here. And about a man who seems dead set on framing Kay at all costs. The mask, corsage, ticket stub, and everything else. The items Kay was carrying when she was found. They were deliberately placed in her possession somehow, by Chairman Winner himself. A shocking accusation, and one I find hard to believe, but for the sake of completeness I must ask. Why would you do such a thing? Because suspicion of Kay, of course. I even managed to get him to say something. Chairman Winner, your rebuttal please. I think the good chairman might be in shock. So what if I did? What the fuck? What the fuck you said? Did you hear me, boy? I said, so what if I did? You say you got me to admit as much, but where is your proof, huh? With no witnesses to speak of, your word alone is hardly enough to make an accusation like that stick. Or do you mean to tell us that you have something more to base your outburst on? He still has the arrogance. He shot back at the detention center, and yet... Mr. Edgeworth, I'm going to have to ask you to explain yourself, if that's alright, Mr. Chairman. Not at all. I'll be very interested to hear this for myself. I'm intrigued to learn where Miles might have gotten the idea that I'm some sort of criminal, because you'll never find more fine and upstanding citizen than myself. He has a lot of nerve acting all innocent like that. Very well, let's start the very beginning. The fact that the auction took place right here in this hollow trial chamber is a point of suspicion, a location that should by rights only be accessible to the members of the committee. Yeah, they all have the keycards in the room after all. Furthermore, this auction seems to have held on somewhat regular basis, and for that to be possible, there can be only one winning explanation. That's right, Mr. Ruiner, that the auctioneer is a member of the committee. No! Ah, what on earth is wrong now? What do I do with that? I played right into his... Alright, that's funny. Oh, you did indeed, you alternate to it. But Miles, my boy, you do realize that you've cast quite the wide net with your explanation. That's true. There are 11 members of the committee altogether. 10 give Miss Ringer unfortunate passing. 10 potential suspects in total. Well, it certainly isn't me. And it can't be the chairman, can it? Whoever it is, speak up right now. Come on, calm down, all of you, please. Well, Miles, is that all proof you got against me? You've very quiet all of a sudden. But it's too late to back out now. You've accused a former chief of prosecutor and current committee chairman of a crime. Ugh. Come on. I'll tell you to prepare for the worst. But there's no preparing of what you're about to face. You've been forcing us to argue over every little detail for a while now. But the murder happened, the order of the victim's injuries, some other things I hardly even remember. But you needn't have bothered, my boy, because it's all irrelevant in the end. Think about it, the suspect herself already said it. That's all that matters at the end of the day, and her sentence will be later for it, so rejoice. And there you have it. Feel free to pick holes on it, see if you fit. How can I, when that was barely testimony to begin with? That man is a very powerful person, isn't he? It's okay, Mr. Richard. Please, just let it go. I did it. I'm the murderer. I even remember doing it. You saw a flash of something half you remember, okay? Nothing more. If you must believe in something, believe me when I say you should believe in your own innocence instead. But I'm up against the head of committee here. This isn't going to be easy. But already won. Perhaps I can use that again. Okay, I guess we have to press him.
Hold it!
Even if the broad strokes are correct, it doesn't make something true. Oh, don't be such a stick in the mud. I say the bigger picture is more than enough here. After all, every case has its little inconsistencies and contradiction. If we let ourselves get bogged down in every single one, we never make any arrests. And once we did, the trials will drag on forever, even you understand that. Not in the slightest, hence my inquiry into the details. To be so young and pig-headed. Anyway, you have to keep digging into these little details.
Hold it!
I seem to recall the ringleader's identity and the faulty coroner's report being critical points of the contention. Yes, I was listening, my boy, but critical is a matter of opinion. How can you possibly suggest that such fundamental issues are not important? Perhaps it is your ability to make second judgment that should be on trial here today. Oh. Bravo, my young hothead. Wonderful cutting stuff. You do like to try, though, don't you?
Hold it!
There's no way any of what we've discussed today is irrelevant, not unless you intend to bury the truth. But none of it is irrelevant, dear boy. The only reason you keep trying to make it relevant It's because otherwise you're up a creek without a paddle.
Hold it!
Just because she confessed to something doesn't make it the truth. Kay is suffering from amnesia, so any statement she makes should be taken with at least a grain of salt. Even so, it doesn't exactly solve anything for us, does it, dear boy? And it would be nonsensical to dismiss her confession outright. I tell you what, why don't we ask her one last time, though I'm sure she'll just say she did it again. Fine, let's do it. Let's ask her again. We'll see if she really believes herself to be the culprit. Huh? You mean me? Is this really what you want, Mr. Richard? If it goes badly, it could significantly weaken your position. I know, but there's no other way. I only request that I be the one to question her. You really know how to tug an old man's heartstring, you know? But fine, as a way. On one condition. If this turns out to be a waste of time, that's it. We'll call the proceeding to end. Then, end here. Agree? Let's just save, just to be safe. Call the proceeding to an end? You mean the hearing? Yes, dear boy, that's right. Perhaps you're a complete motherhead after all. No, just so we're clear, if you ask again and all that happens, the girl confirms her guilt, she is officially declared guilty on the spot. Yes, that sounds like a great plan. If I do so say myself. That's it? You just declare her guilty, just like that? That's the gist of it. It's a big risk, but he's going to find it way to condemn her either way if you don't do something. Kay? Yes. I know it's a lot to us, but I need you to think. Do you remember anything else about what happened on the day of the murder? Anything that might help us prove your innocence? Why are you still fighting it, Mr. Richard? It's no use. I can't be of help to you. I'm sorry. I'm too scared to try and remember anymore. What if I remember something even worse? And if I did, I'd just be making more trouble for you. Please, just accept it. The Kay you thought you knew is a dangerous criminal. A criminal who let you down and betrayed your trust. Don't worry, Kay. You have nothing to be afraid of. I may not have known you very long, but I know you well enough. And right now, I say I know you better than you know yourself. You will never commit a murder. You could never, because this is who you really are.
Take that!
You're the great thief Yatagarasu, a noble outlaw who will never stoop so low as to kill. I can't do it, I'm sorry. Because all I can see is the one memory that's returned. I have to face it,
Hold it!
No, the only evidence to your guilt is the confession they force out of you. As I said earlier, you have to believe that you're better than that. Or are you saying you don't believe a word of what I've been telling you? No, it's not that. You're trying so hard to help me. And you're risking so much for me. It's too much. You have to stop, I'm begging you. So that's what's going on. I thought it was strange, but now I see. The reason you're allowing yourself to be railroaded into accepting your fate because of me, isn't it? It's exactly what the Kay I know would have done. You're a good person, Mr. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I'm not. And I don't plan on becoming one anytime soon. Because despite all your wishes on the contrary, I'm still trying to help you. So you see, I've merely been surfacing my own ego regardless of what I put you through. Now, let's try this again. See the good in yourself, Kay. Remember the noble thief you truly are. That memory of you committing the murder, you need to question it with all you have. That's all I ask. So please, do it for me. Hey! What's wrong? You remember something? Oh, it'd be like some cliché movie plot if she did. How? How? Mr. Richard, you could please perhaps ask her for a few more details. Well, Kay, What can you tell us about this? How? I remember now. The person in that raincoat. She had it in her hand. A staff cup. I can see it so clearly now. Are you sure, Mr. Faraday? Are you absolutely certain? Yes, I'm sure. Then this court acknowledged the defendant's latest statement, new testimony. Have you lost your mind, Faraday? We can accept testimony like this. With all due respect, Mr. Chairman, information pertaining to the victim's possession is new and highly relevant evidence. Need I remind you the adult state of memory? No, this simply won't do. Adult, but if we claim her reliable now, then our argument weakens, sir. You said yourself only a few minutes ago that thanks to the suspect confession, we need not worry ourselves over the finer details. Theoretical validity of her question. Then we must also call into question the confession which our entire argument is based. Is that really the most advisable course of action? Yes, you're right. Proceed as you see fit then. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We're still in the game, but only by the skin of our teeth, and only thanks to Judge Gavrill's intervention. It's almost as if she was on our side for a second. Well, Mr. Richard, the stuffed animal, I believe the cow in question is this thing here, Your Honor. We found it in the storeroom, and believe it is yet another auction lot. Wait, that's... Do you know something, Gavel? No. Yes, not what I imagined. It was a rather odd thing for a victim to have been killed. Look it careful. The left horn is missing. This hole. It looks like that's where the horn will have gone. But that doesn't look like stuffing in there. So what is it? Let's take a look at the rest of this toy. See what else we can find. There's a cherry blossom petal caught in the fur here. There are petals on the raincoat too, and a cherry tree bloom up on the viewing platform. It will definitely appear that this was taken outside at some point. But what did the victim want with this thing? The record seems to intact, but I can't say it's doing much for the overall symmetry of this stuffed toy. Look, Mr. Richard, it moves. It does? It sounds like stand being crushed. It will seem there's a recording device hidden inside. I knew it's you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can hide that burn from me. Nothing to say for yourself? I've waited so long for today, and now I'll finally have my revenge. Ah! This be the moment of the murder? Someone made a recording of it. Hey, that's them right there. Them's the voices I heard. Jurors X is X. Unfortunately, we have no way of verifying when these voices were recorded. It's possible they have nothing to do with the murder. If only there were some accompanying video footage. You got bugs in your ear or something, lady? I don't told you. Them's the voices I heard. And we already knew the victims was holding that thing, right? So it's gotta be from when she got. Yes, it's a possibility, but a weak one without more than your word to back it up. We need something more, something credible. We need, yet again, he seems to be stepping in now. Judge Gavril, I think we all know the voices are from the moment of the murder. Consider for a moment the words we heard one of the speakers say. I knew it was you the moment I laid eyes on you. You can hide that burn from. I believe we have something that will explain what that's worth referring to, and how it's all related. hide that burn. These are burn. So
Take
it's
that!
this. The coroner's preliminary findings, how do they prove anything? Indeed, what on this page shows the voice match from the time of the murder?
Take that!
Oh. Think again on the words we heard. Part in particular sticks in my mind. You can hide that burn from me. The victim had a prominent burn mark on the back of her right hand. And what of it? According to case testimony, the victim was carrying the stuffed toy toy, and a burn mark, an identifying mark unique to the victim, was mentioned on the recording it captured. Just a coincidence. Stuff like that happens all the time, right?
Overruled.
I'm not so sure that it does, especially not in this case. The court accepts the recording may be from the time of the murder, in which case, one of the two voices must belong to the real culprit. And based on the content of the conversation, it seems likely that it's one we hear the most. But that still doesn't tell us anything about the killer's true identity, or even if they male or female. Due to the voice changes, correct, unfortunate but unavoidable. One thing, however, has become clear. We are now able to say that the voices Miss Hart heard were those Miss Ringer and her killer, just like Adam told you they was. You can say something else now too. Then let's hear it. That is, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman. Do as you wish. According to just before, two people came up to the storeroom from the committee chamber, the elevator. The ringleader, one of the auction attendees. It seems this was the point of which money exchanged hands. The murder happened immediately afterward. The auction carried on after that, all of which points to one key fact. Since the ringleader was the auction's sole auctioneer, then it follows that they cannot be the victim. Hey Gavel, not recognized. There's a good. And if they weren't the victim, and they can only have been the killer.
Overruled.
A compelling argument, but hardly conclusive. I am fully aware of that, Your Honor. I was merely warming up for the main event. There were certain traces left on the scene that seems to suggest that the ringleader was the killer. Then please hurry up and show us. What is something that was placed on the scene that points to the ringleader having been the killer? Let's test
Take
it.
that!
I'm not surprised there, but I'm sure the rest of the room will see what I'm getting at.
Take that!
Go back. Go back. I don't wanna die. Something for space. The scene points they're having. Oh yeah.
Take that!
What? Auction is in here. Being hit.
Take that! Take that!
Oh my god. Oh. Who is the killer? I mean, I know the killer, but what kind of evidence we need? The ringleader. Oh, the ringleader.
Take that!
This one.
Take that!
Brainstorming right now. I can't Prove this shit. Alright, time to read carefully. On the victims, content, platform, cake, chamber from the victim's hand, judging by the him to and all the it's this
Take
one.
that!
Fuck. Get it. For once I agree with my son. Why is Auctioneer is the killer? Get your precious things back.
Take that!
Oh my god. How am I having a hard time in here? Killer. Place in. Not this one. Maybe. Key card maybe?
Take that!
Place on. Place on this. Alright, talk this moment up to be my stupidest moment. Points out. 3-step. Close.
Take that!
Use. Jason in here.
Take that!
It was placed in her pocket. What more do you want from it? Ah. You know what? I'm kinda tired loading the safe. Edit. Yeah. Let the game up. On the judging by the one victim. Pick up just
Take
this
that!
one. Yeah. In the killer.
Take that!
The killer deliberately left a large pool of blood to the foot of the goddess of justice statue. It was due to that blood that we originally thought the murder had happened in this chamber, but it was simply a ruse designed to cover up the blood that had dripped down from the storeroom. Why can't I show to evidence? This can be the evidence too. Because in the elevator, he dropped it down. Because the auctioneer and the attendee have conversation in the storeroom. And the blood dripped down to the feet of the goddess of justice. So why not that too? In order to conceal the existence of the grand auction, correct? Correct. If the culprit had nothing to do with the auction, they would have not had no reason to cover up that blood, which further supports the theory that the ringleader and the killer were one and the same. And as to the identity of the ringleader, do you have anyone you like to name? The auction is always held in this committee chamber, with its storeroom located just overhead. So at the very least, we know the murderous ringleader has some connection to the committee. Yes. And you suspect me, correct? As the committee's most powerful member, that should hardly be a surprise, right? You're a fine prosecutor, that much I'll give you. But as I think I may have mentioned already, you are also hopelessly naive. You've got nothing, dear boy, have you? No evidence whatsoever. Unless you've got something to share after all. Ugh. Do you have any evidence to show that Chairman Winner is the murderer? I have the evidence, alright. Evidence that proves you're the culprit. Oh, you do you? Well, do share. Can wait. I can way out of
that!
I think. It was Chairman Winner himself who brought up the fact that I suspected, and he seemed confident right from the get-go that he's untouchable, which means he knows. He knows I have nothing. Oh, well, Miles, my boy, time to pay the piper. I've always wanted to say that. Verity, he's all yours. Wait, dang it, I just remembered something. Huh? Did you have amnesia too? No, it just don't come to me. Flash of inspiration, you know how it is. Very well, say your piece.
Objection!
What are you doing, Verity? Mr. Ashworth has made it clear that he won't give up until every last click of hope has been extinguished. To extinguish we must. Let's try to direct as he tried to direct us through the excruciating process against the future. Yeah, what she said. I don't quite get it, but it sounds pretty cool. Don't worry, Dad. I'll help Gabriel bring this to a winning finish. We'll show them how wrong they are. Fine, let's hear what the witness said. The chairman, Miss Hart. You would be so kind. Well, alright then. Here goes nothing. The facts, Miss Hart, had nothing but the facts, please. Don't you worry, you pretty little hat at that front. I'm a journalist, that's my middle name. Follow me officially worried. So the ringleader, the killer, right? Which makes the victims one of them action goers. The thing is, that don't add up. I counted 11 people coming down the hatch. Then the murder happened, and then the action started back up again. No, I had me look back downstairs right after that. No. And once you know it, there were 11 little duckies all lined up in a row again. How? And you're sure of this, Miss Hart? You're as sure can be, your cable ship. So I'm with my own 2 peepers. So, 11 before the murder, 11 again right after means? Wait, that's a thing. A contradiction, Eustace. Do try to keep up. Miss Hart, did nothing really change at all? I done told you already. They carried right on again like nothing even happened. Oh, except for, it wasn't nothing much, but what is it? That little old mallet do that. Can't have yourself an action with that one. Kinda like the one Missy over their guts, but different. Auctioneer's hammer? That's the bunny. I don't heard that thing banging and flying right the way through the nothing just like that. So the noise of the hammer stopped midway through. Could that have something to do with the murder? What Miss telling us, so we have something of a problem. Namely that if the victims is neither the auctioneer then this, your entire theory cannot stand, Mr. Richard. Tell Quana for justice. Eat that. See, Mr. Richard, there really was nothing we could do. No, there must be something. We are overlooking something we still don't have an explanation. I just need to think. If I can't, case. Alright, kids. Do you finally have all our answer now? If so, then I expect you to make a good one moment, sir. Oh, see? I worry that it might still be a little early to pass judgment. After all, we have one more matter yet to resolve. And until we do, we cannot claim complete and total victory over Mr. Richard. That's not so, Mr. Richard. Frankly, I expect you to have raised your voice by now. But hold it, per. Oh, yes, of course. Once again, she has rescued us from the jaws of the pit. Very well, let's get this over with, shall we? What is it? What is this one matter that still remains? Why the contradiction in the corners, sir? That's, Of course, how could I forget? I'm back with the witnesses, Your Honor. What's this all about? Why do you call us back down here? Did somebody suddenly fall ill? I'll have to compress already in 2 seconds. Oh. This better be good. Somebody else drop that. Well, they might soon wish they had. Dr. Hertz, Miss Nidler, thank you for coming on such short notice. Let me assure you, this won't take long. But try to butter me up and cut to the chase, will ya? Hehe, of course. We summon you here to confirm something. What is Jacksonville up to? Dr. Hertz, this court asks you to provide the unabridged truth regarding the following. Do you stand by your preliminary findings? Can you vouch for their complete and total accuracy? Kramer doesn't make mistake, ever. That's... Huh? What do you mean? In the course of this trial, an error was indeed found in her report. And so I ask again for the truth, Dr. Hertz. Did you alter, temper, with or in any way to falsify your findings? That's awful, how can you even say that? What are you asking me for? Why the heck would I wanna know that? I wanna do that? To help the true culprit, of course. As if I know anything about all that. I just know I didn't do anything of the sort. Then that seems doubly strange. What other explanation could there be for the discrepancy in your report, Mr. Edgeworth? I wonder if you might have any thoughts on the matter. It's not like you to be coy, I must say. Why does she keep taking charge and helping me? I still don't know what she's trying to do, but I'll happily take what I can. If everything was recorded accurately, and then handed up to Mr. Winner according to protocol, then the report shouldn't contain any mistake. Wait. For the record, I didn't do anything to the report. I guess we'll see, won't we? Dr. Hertz, perhaps we could begin with your side of the story? What do you even need to? This is pointless. I'll be the judge of what's pointless, thank you very much. We have patients waiting back at the hospital. But Grandma, George, we don't have time for this. Won't you please help us? I can't stress how important it is. Grandma says she'll testify. But could you please make... If you're not back soon, people will suffer. And yet you had qualms about taking your time and buying cotton candy the last time we saw you. We'll let you go as soon as we can, I promise. Assuming you tell us the truth, that is. No, there's a mistake in grammar, not ever. I've been dealing with that longer than you've been alive, son. I read in something wrong about as likely out. The heck do you stand by being doctor in a file, huh? Don't make... That's how she thinks from here. She is just as I thought. There's no chance the good doctor her finding, and he's sure by the holy goddess that this testimony is true. Of course, Grandma's never told a lie now. Your opinion are not necessary, Nurse Midler. Your grandmother is the subject of this inquiry, not you. Not necessary, that's not fair. I'm the only ally poor Grandma. Go ahead and shout objection left and right, but you must be prepared then, Mr. X. More than prepared. Ready to...
Hold it!
The victim appears to have put his raincoat on after sustaining the head injury, and yet there was not a single drop of her blood in the chest area of the raincoat. Therefore, she must have been hit in the head before she was stabbed in the chest, making it pretty much... Oh, that's... ouch. I don't need you to teach me how to suck eggs, young man. My dang report already says what you just said, don't it? Your report states that the head injury appears to have been sustained post-mortem, which is the exact opposite of what I just said. Oh. Sure. I diligently dictated that report to Florence here, and she wrote it all down just like I said it. If something happened to it after that, for nothing to do with me. You dictated it? If you could, please tell me more.
Hold it!
Just so we're on the same page, what were your conclusions regarding the body? Well, like I said, ouch. Sorry, it was death from a good hard knock to the noggin. And can you say for certain when that knock happened, Dr. Hertz? Pre-mortem, of course. This one happened after the poor girl died. I told Florence that. She already tracked down. So that's what it says on my dang report. That may be what you told her, but I think we're finally getting to the truth.
Objection!
Dr. Hertz, I'd like you to take a look at the report for yourself. Oh, I'll read it to... Ouch. This ain't what I said. This ain't what I said at all. What? What do you mean exactly? I don't know. But I can't say that. Miss Needler, you're attempting to bury Dr. Hertz's truth. I will gladly hear her confession myself on behalf of the Goddess of Justice. Dr. Hertz seems to be telling Judge Gabriel something private. What? I see. Very well. Allow me to relay to everyone what you have just told me. And now that about what I said, I dictate my findings to Florence just like I told you I did. The fuddle-headed young thing must have wrote it down wrong or something. Wow, that was a great impression. Yes, but was it really necessary? So in summary, there's an error in the report, and it was all because of you, Nurse Needler. The true facts have now been shown to be that the head injury occurred prior to the chest wound. The question now, Miss Needler, is why did you introduce such an error? Just a minute, Verity. Make it sound as if the poor girl did it deliberately. Whereas it seems to me she just made a little mistake. Pre-mortem, post-mortem, they're Fuck you, man! Ugh. They're practically the same word, don't you think? Except they mean two completely opposite things. This was deliberate, no doubt about it. But why would she want to change it? Exactly, thanks. Ouch. You won't get away with that easy. Explain yourself, young lady. But Grandma, he wants to be in the committee. I'm sure of it. He submitted a falsified report, an act that led to Kay being accused of murder. You owe us an explanation. But I can't tell you. No, don't want to, but can't? This is really rather unpleasant, don't you think? Ganging up on this pure, considerate girl who's only looking after her grandmother. It has nothing to do with anything. She simply made one tiny mistake, so why not leave it there? You like that, won't you? Because the only person her testimony will hurt is you. Huh? What on earth do you mean, my boy? Seeing as you're now de facto ex-prosecutor, you're going to need to explain yourself better than that. I'd be happy to. I'll even spell it out for you. Nurse Needler's role in this crime was very important because Nurse Needler doctored the report in order to cover her accomplice. So she's a co-conspirator. This innocent young thing? Do share your grounds for making such a wild accusation, dear boy. Couldn't have been committed by the two people would have been possible to maintain the attending. If the actioner was the murderer, the victim was one of the attendees. The fact that the witness testified to there being 11 attendees even after the murder doesn't make sense. Hey, watch it! Y'all gotta call my good word into question now too? That's not what I meant. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I'm taking you at your word, which means there must be a co-conspirator. I know it's hard, my boy, but sometimes you just have to accept that you are wrong. I wasn't wrong. I just hadn't considered the possibility of the killer having an complete. But as soon as we do, things start to fall into places. If the killer's accomplice returned to the auction room in place of the victim, there would indeed have been 11 attendants both before and after the murder. Well, so that's your thinking, is it? It's certainly an intriguing theory, but surely the imposter would have been spotted right away. I don't imagine that Nurse Needler looks strikingly different from the victim in build and stature, and with the help of a mask, he could very easily have replaced Miss Ringer without anybody noticing. Well, Nurse Needler, that's what happened? Did you take the victim's place at the auction? I wouldn't do something like... No, tell us. The ringleader. Who were they? I can't tell you, I just can't. It hurt Crema too. Ow. But Crema... Don't you worry about it. I can take it. You just tell me everything, child. In my hotel. But... Crema... So I was right. He was an accomplice. Miss Needler, why? Well, Miss Needler, can you explain yourself? Yes, huh? Oh, thank you, Grandma, but I'm alright now. I confess it, I changed place with Miss Ringer. So you admit that you are working with the ringleader? Yeah, I was helping them. I don't know how, but they found out Miss Ringer was going to attack them. The culprit was going to be attacked by the victim? They seemed pretty sure it was going to happen that night, so they made a counterplan. They wanted to strike first, then wanted me to help them. I was told to go to the storeroom before the auction began and wait there. Now hold on right there, miss. I didn't see nothing and my ass don't lie. If you'd been there before the auction, I wouldn't bump right into you. I was there the whole way through, and you weren't there for a bit of it. But I'm not lying. Well, that's easy for you to say, but you are lying about alerting that report on... Oh, how do you switch side like that?
Objection!
I think we are all well aware of the number of potential hiding places in that storeroom. Are we? Or exactly are you to say if our friend the nurse was hiding there?
Take that!
She hid inside the clothes box. Oh, she did she? Huh? Well, it was there the whole time, even before I moused on it. But like I done told you all, it had all them chains around it. Wanted to hide it there myself really, but it was locked up tight, so I had to go elsewhere. Imagine that's because Nurse Needler was already lying there by the time you arrived. That's right, we didn't want anybody to open it, for it would have really blown our cover. So the ringleader told me to climb in and wait until it was my time for my part of the plan. And then they wrapped the whole box up in chains. I think they took the elevator downstairs not so long after. It was just before the auction was due to start. So as the auction was beginning, you and Miss Hart would have been the only people in the storeroom. Yeah, I think so. The auction proceeded, and it always did, till a certain customer came upstairs to complete her purchase. That was when the incident occurred. Hart overheard the victim and the culprit changing around there. Betcha, I was behind that statue there, shaking like a dang leaf the whole time. In the middle of their quarrel, Ringer was killed by the auction. I imagine that the auctioneer then carried Miss Ringer's body over to the crossbow, from which Nurse Needler emerged and stopped place with the victim, after placing Miss Ringer's body inside the box. Nurse Needler's role now was to pretend to be Miss Ringer. The two of them then returned to the room below as if nothing had happened. Does that about sum up what happened in the storeroom, Nurse Needler? Yes, in fact, that's exactly what happened. Hold up, so you just waltzed right back on in and nobody noticed? This is two completely different people we're talking about. You're telling me not one of the other falls down there at the auction cotton on? Why would they? The other action goers had no reason to notice the difference when the Nurse Needler entered because name her. Jacket. As we've seen, Miss Ringer and Nurse Needler are about the same build. What's more, the action rules require the attendants to wear their masks at all times. If Nurse Needler were wearing the same clothes as Miss Ringer, nobody would have been any the wiser. No, and they weren't. I brought Miss Ringer clothes and ouch! And left the poor child in her smalls? Have you no respect, girl? No, Grandma, I thought the same thing. It would be nice to leave her like that. So when the ringleader wasn't looking, I put that raincoat on her. So that's how Miss Ringer came to wearing it. Thus, the action was able to carry on as before. Guess the part where I caught the raincoat on film came just after. Yeah, must be. Then it all makes sense. Right after that, when I went over and looked downstairs to the gap on the elevator, find me 11 happy little action goers. Then back, I snuck on my little hidey hole. Don't tell me you were hiding back there the entire time after. Well, that is. Not exactly. What is it? Did something happen? So maybe I ought have mentioned this before, but I fell asleep for a few winks after that. Well, passed out, unconscious, you might say. What? What happened? Oh, nothing much. Kinda silly really, but there was this sudden loud noise and I startled me. Just a little bit, you know. Alright, maybe more than a little, but I just witnessed a murder. Can't blame a girl for getting jumpy. Guess that's how my heart shook and my head faint before I knew it. I was out like a light. By the time I came to it, it was the next dang day and there you all were clanking down that ladder. I see, so you're startled by a loud noise and fell unconscious. I suppose that means you don't know what happened after. Not per se, but well, after the auction was over, all the mess were back on the rack. So I reckon the guests done finish up and piled out one by one, like they were supposed to. Nurse Needler, once the auction had restarted, what exactly were you doing? I was pretending to be Miss Ringer, placing bids just as the ringleader wanted. I had to win the close book as I had been instructed. If I had dead bodies, it had a dead body inside after all. Imagine if somebody else had won it. We would have been in real trouble then. So you had no idea that the victim vacated the box in the meantime. No, not until we came back up so I could pay for it. That was when we noticed. The ringleader told me to go look after her right away. Except I found some other girl collapsed at the foot ladder instead. Okay. Yes, she must have fallen from up on the roof and been knocked unconscious. Guess the victim must have left hatch wide open, huh? That will explain it. She would have been so shocked by seeing Miss Ringer fall motionless right in front of her that she wouldn't have seen the open hatch and fallen right through it. Let's explain the noise that caused you to faint as well, miss. It was the sound of Kay crash landing onto the storeroom floor. Boss, can't believe something like that done knocked me out for so long. So in summary, by the time Miss Needler found Kay, you're already sound asleep behind the statue. I think we got a good grasp on cured up to this point now. Nurse Needler, if you'll continue. Sure. So I found Kay. Next I found Miss Ringer. Put them both in the close box. They couldn't rest and the auction goers seeing that. That would have caused a real hullabaloo. Was that your idea? The ringleader. Theirs. But putting the raincoat on Ringer was one-eyed. So I tried to get rid of it before they find out what I done. Huh. Imagine they were none too pleased when it showed up as a surprise piece of evidence. Lastly, the ringleader and I put her in the auctioneer outfit. Well, the ringleader and I put her in an auctioneer's outfit we prepare. Of course, which completed the deception and made everyone think she was the auctioneer. All in all, the auction finished up without anybody noticing anything. And that was that. Now that we know the extent of your crimes, Nurse Needler, if you have anything further to share, I advise you to do so immediately. I wish I could tell you more, but sorry, that's all I know. Oh, except for one other thing. It did seem a little strange, I guess. When I was burying Miss Ringerclaws, I took everything I could, but I couldn't take her hair up this way, so ouch. You're dang right you couldn't take her hair. What kind of medical professional are you? That's where you draw the line? So taking her clothes was okay? Her hair was totally different. The style, the length, everything. I kinda panicked. But the ringleader thought of everything, including wigs. 2 of them in fact. There was a straight one and wavy one. They were both stashed the clothes box. 2 wigs, but why? Right, I wondered that too. I thought maybe they were worried she might have changed up her style. Anyway, I took the straight one, and that was the one that matched her hair on the day, leaving wavy wing in the box. And that's everything you know. There's nothing else you're forgetting? No, huh? No, really, Grandma, that's everything. I take it that you really have no idea who the ringleader might be. Sorry, I only know that they were in charge of the auction. I didn't see them without their masks on. And they were pretty careful to keep their identity secret from everyone. If I can get something concrete on them. Oh. Well, Miles, are we about done? You've proven the nurse was part of the murder plot, but sadly for you, it doesn't change a whole lot. Because it does nothing to prove that Kay Faraday isn't. What the fuck are you talking about, the ringleader? The nurse said that she found Kay. Justice must prevail. We can change the law, even for your sake. Is it? Am I not going to be able to save Kay?
Objection!
Yes, I love you, sister. Francisca, what are you doing here? As I told you before, Miles Edgeworth, where the case leads, I follow. Your dedication is an inspiration to us all. But don't go getting the wrong idea, little brother. I'm only here to deliver the truth regarding the suspect. I'm certainly not here to forgive you for abandoning the way of the prosecutor. I understand that. You should have thanked your former subordinate for what I'm about to share. In his desperation to help Kay Faraday, he gave me a valuable piece of information. Former subordinate. Detective Gums, you did that? Prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth, for the final piece of the puzzle. Rosie Ringer's head wound was the first of the injuries he suffered, not the second. Oh no. Well, someone say something. Oh no. What happened? Yes, there's no easy way to say this, Francisco, but we already proved that ourselves. You... what? Oh no, sir. Yes, just a few minutes. Ow! Well, why didn't you say sooner? You didn't exactly give us a chance. And I suppose you know about the murder weapon too. No, not yet. Good. Then listen up. The victim was struck on the head with a blunt object bearing the circular surface. And the wounds to the chest were actually inflicted post-mortem. A circular surface? The Gemini? Is there anything? Nothing. Just the Gemini.
Objection!
And you're certain of that, I assume. Your sources are above board. 2 trusted medical professionals reached the same independently. You couldn't ask for more.
Objection!
That's certainly good to know. Unfortunately, of what? I'm the prosecutor in charge of Interpol investigation into the underground action. And this murder occurred during that action. It will be negligent of me not to pursue leads of returning to related parties, especially the victim. My, you've really become quite the force to be reckoned with, haven't you, my dear? Then all parties are in agreement. The victim died from a blow to the head. Oh! The gravel. The auction gavel. Sadly, the murder weapon itself has yet to be identified. I know the murder weapon. Based on the shape, I might have an idea or two. But guys, I didn't turn up any other weapon during my investigation. And yet, one need only to think about setting an auctioneer tools, and the answer should be obvious. I don't know. That's right, Judge Gavel, we're talking about you, Emma. Forgive me, Mr. Richard, but I don't think I follow. But you are more than welcome to examine it as close as you like. That won't be necessary. I'll already get more on Facebook. What will the auctioneer have readily at hand? An auctioneer's hammer, of course. But we never found one of those. If the auctioneer was indeed the killer, it does seem a likely candidate for the murder. But without the evidence to support your theory, remains nothing more than that. I have just the evidence you need right here. This piece of evidence strongly suggests that the auctioneer hammer was the murder weapon. Test. Weapon.
Take that!
Oh yeah. Miss Hart told us something very important about the auction of the murder record. That the very prominent son of the auctioneer Hammers could no longer be held. Now why would that be? I'll tell you. Because it had just been used in a murder and was covered in victim's blood. It will need to be disposed of, isn't that right? Chairman Winner? I'll have our people to look into this right away. Oh, you really are like a dog with a bone, aren't you? But if you can dictate yourself to cause when you're young, when can you? Since you're confident we'll never find it. Very well, a search for murder weapon will be conducted. In the meantime, this court in recess. Wow.